When the Hendersons' flight touched down and they reached immigration, North Korean soldiers began searching their bags. It was almost cinematic. Open all bags, everything. What is this, pictures, photoshops? Who take these?
We did not. This is a mistake. We paid for a vacation.
We did not book to come here. This is not our... You bring gifts? For leader? Ha! You love him so much you print jokes for him. Very funny. This is bad, very bad. You go with us. They laughed at the captions, mocked Robert and Linda right in front of them, and then led the Hendersons away without ceremony. The guards' laughter followed them down the corridor until the sliding doors closed. After that, the story unfolded in the news in a way that felt surreal. The headline read, "2 American tourists arrested in North Korea for espionage." There were grainy photos of them, disheveled and small beneath stern uniforms. My chest was a rock of relief and ash. I know what people say about karma and how it can be cruel. I know the part of the world that calls revenge petty and dangerous. My name's Frank, and I guess you could say I was adopted into a dream that turned into a nightmare. When I was 5, I was picked up from a small orphanage on the outskirts of town by the Hendersons, Robert and Linda. They were rich, smiling, generous, the kind of people who gave charity on Sundays, just so the whole church would clap. At first, they treated me like royalty. New toys, a soft bed, warm food, everything I never imagined having in the orphanage. Linda would always say,
You're our miracle boy, Frank, the son we prayed for.
And Robert would ruffle my hair and laugh. You'll make us proud one day, champ. For a while, I believed them. I believed I was really part of a family. Then their miracle daughter, Emily, came along, and everything changed. At first, I didn't mind helping, rocking the baby to sleep, washing bottles, carrying her around. But as Emily grew, their love for me shrank like old laundry. By the time she was 10, I was invisible. If Emily broke a vase, it was my fault. If Emily screamed, I was punished for scaring her. If Emily didn't eat, I was blamed for distracting her. Once, Linda slapped me because Emily said I looked at her funny.
You're always jealous of her. You should be grateful we even keep you in this house.
That line stuck with me. Keep me. When I turned 15, things got darker. Robert called me into the living room one evening, where both of them sat with serious faces. Frank, you're old enough now. Time to start paying your way around here. Paying my way? I'm still in school.
Then you better find a part-time job. You can pay rent like any normal adult.
They made me get a job washing cars after school and took every cent I earned for the house. Meanwhile, Emily, their precious biological child, was too fragile to work or study hard. She spent her days filming TikToks in her pink room, dancing in front of ring lights, talking about being a social media princess. When I complained, they said, "She's creative. You're practical. Know your place." One winter, things went too far. It was snowing hard outside. I came home late after work, shivering, hands numb, and Robert was waiting. "You didn't take the trash out this morning." "I had school. I forgot." Before I could finish, he grabbed me by the collar and dragged me to the garage. "You like forgetting things? Sleep here tonight. Maybe the cold will help your memory." The door slammed shut behind me. I screamed, but he locked it. The garage had no heater. I huddled under old car covers and tried not to cry. My breath came out like fog. My toes burned from frostbite. I thought I might die that night. In the morning, Linda opened the door like nothing happened.
Next time you'll do your chores.
They also loved to control me through technology. Whenever they were mad, they'd cut the Wi-Fi so I couldn't do my homework. I remember begging, "Please, I need to submit my project." "Our internet, our rules, maybe next time you'll learn to obey." And once, after I accidentally spilled juice on Emily's laptop, they locked me inside the bathroom for hours. I screamed until my voice went hoarse. When they finally opened the door, Linda smiled cruelly.
You should be thankful we didn't send you back to the orphanage.
That was their favorite threat. I turned 18, and instead of throwing me a graduation party, they told me to move into the basement and pay full rent. Emily, on the other hand, got a brand new car for failing her exams. But karma always finds a way home. I just didn't know it would be me holding the wheel. A few years passed. I worked hard, saved every cent, and moved out. I started my own small IT repair business. Ironically, the thing Robert said would never make me money became my freedom. Meanwhile, Emily became a local influencer, loud, spoiled, and obsessed with fame. She dropped out of college, bragged about her brand, and started dating a guy named Jackson, the kind of guy who always wore sunglasses indoors and called himself a businessman. One night, my phone buzzed. It was a number I hadn't saved, but I recognized the voice instantly. Linda.
Frank, we need your help. Robert's been diagnosed with cancer. Please, son, we're desperate.
They said the word son like a key to open whatever I had left of trust. I wired them $20,000. A week later, my feed showed them on a beach in the Maldives, cocktails in hand, the sun on their faces like it was never a lie. That was the day something quiet and patient in me sharpened. I don't pretend it was nobility. It was betrayal wrapped in cheap lipstick. After they came back from Paris to the US, they told me they needed one more flight, this time to Russia. I pretended not to be angry and told them my friend could book it for them, playing the part of the helpful son. My friend Malik, who worked at a travel agency and knew what my parents had done to me, and I hatched a plan for revenge. We booked them a one-way flight to North Korea while I kept up the act of the dutiful son. Back home, when my dad was distracted, I slipped the surprises into their checked luggage. Not pornographic stuff, but things designed to make any delegation in Pyongyang see red. Crudely doctored photos of Kim Jong-un turned into grotesque caricatures, a clown with medals he never earned, a puppet on strings, and other humiliating mock propaganda. Pages of a Bible with satirical marginalia calling out the regime in blunt, blasphemous language, and printed posts framed as if they'd been written by my parents, praising the glory of the regime in the worst possible tone. I made sure the items looked authentic enough to trigger suspicion, but ridiculous enough to offend. When the Hendersons' flight touched down and they reached immigration, North Korean soldiers began searching their bags. It was almost cinematic. Open all bags, everything. What is this, pictures, photoshops? Who take these?
We did not. This is a mistake. We paid for a vacation.
We did not book to come here. This is not our... You bring gifts? For leader? Ha! You love him so much you print jokes for him. Very funny. This is bad, very bad. You go with us. They laughed at the captions, mocked Robert and Linda right in front of them, and then led the Hendersons away without ceremony. The guards' laughter followed them down the corridor until the sliding doors closed. After that, the story unfolded in the news in a way that felt surreal. The headline read, "2 American tourists arrested in North Korea for espionage." There were grainy photos of them, disheveled and small beneath stern uniforms. My chest was a rock of relief and ash. I know what people say about karma and how it can be cruel. I know the part of the world that calls revenge petty and dangerous. But when you have spent a childhood sleeping in a garage because someone wanted to teach you a lesson, and when those same people cash your compassion as if it were their right, you start planning in a ledger that counts everything. Meanwhile, Emily's life went up in flames too, literally. Her big social media wedding was trending. She and Jackson streamed everything live. White dresses, pink roses, champagne towers. But right before the vows, cops stormed the ceremony. Emily Henderson and Jackson Lee. You're both under arrest for drug possession and trafficking. Turns out Jackson wasn't just a businessman. He was moving drugs and using her house to stash them. The police found $300,000 in cash and 3 kilos of cocaine hidden behind her bathroom tiles. The wedding turned into a police documentary. Emily screamed on camera,
It's not mine, I swear!
The internet had a field day, memes everywhere. From influencer to inmate, she was sentenced to 10 years. 10 long years. I watched the news, sipped my coffee, and thought about the boy who used to sleep in a cold garage. Sometimes revenge doesn't need blood or violence, just a touch of poetic justice. Weeks later, Malik called me again. Bro, you might want to sit down. What's wrong? Your parents. I heard from a pilot. They didn't make it. Didn't make it where? Out. They were executed. Firing squad. I froze. I didn't know whether to laugh, cry, or pray. They'd borrowed my love, my peace, my childhood, and now they'd paid the ultimate interest. One night, I found myself scrolling through Emily's old videos. Her fake smiles, her perfect makeup, The same parents standing behind her, waving. I didn't feel joy anymore, just emptiness. They ruined me, but in a strange way. I became everything they never thought I'd be. Strong, independent, and free. Still, I can't lie. There's a part of me that sometimes laughs about it. Especially when I remember Robert's last words to me before I left home. "You'll never make it without us." Well, guess what, Dad? You didn't make it because of me. If there's one thing I learned, it's this. Don't ever underestimate the quiet ones. The ones you lock away. The ones you call worthless. They're the ones who'll rewrite your ending. And hey, if you ever adopt a kid, maybe try loving them for real. Otherwise, you might end up on an all-expense-paid trip to North Korea. Anyway, that's my story. If you enjoyed it, you know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to thank your parents, unless they're the Hendersons.